So inviting is the bread and butter of our business, because if you're not inviting people to join you, you have no business, right? But at the same time, it's also the vital behavior that is the most challenging, the most scary. When it comes to personal development, I know we all rock at that. When it comes to being a product of the product, then, like that's fun and easy too. Working on our own journeys is obviously the number one thing. The number one most important part of being a coach is putting yourself first. But when you are ready to pay it forward, when you're ready to start earning an income or helping other people, then inviting is where it is at. And so in our team call tonight, we are going to dissect this vital behavior, and we're just going to do a run through of what it looks like to be an inviting machine and just take all the fear out of it. Before we get started, I do have to share, I have decided to get in the headband industry because there's never the designs that I want. Like I love the B brand headbands and True North collection headbands, but they never have the designs I want. And so I literally just bought like a shit ton of fabric and I decided to make my own. They're super cute. So I'm making them so they have a twist in them. So you can wear them twisted. I'm like messing up my hair. Anyway, you can wear them twisted or you can wear them wide. And they have my private label on them. And they're really stretchy and soft and comfy. Here's a cute design. So this is like the twisty. Or you can just like put the twist in the back. And yeah, they're like so cute. I'm like ruining my headphones. I have like this really pretty like springtime red and yellow floral one. And this is one of my faves. It's like a blush pink and gray and black and white floral. Then I have the red. This is really cute. The red bandana floral. I have like a mermaid. I haven't sewn this one yet, but it's like a mermaid tie-dye with like dark teal and pink tie-dye. That is super cute. And this one's my fave. It's like the sketchy flower floral, kind of like a watercolor. And then I have like a dark floral that I still need to make. Yeah. And the really cool part is that I discovered there's a website called Spoonflower where you can print your own fabric. So eventually I'm going to start making my own watercolor fabric and floral designs. So anyway, just wanted to share because I'm way too excited about these headbands, but I'll have them in my Etsy shop soon. I'll probably do a pre-sale. And it's going to be fun. Anyway, see, I just invited you to buy my headbands. See, it's that easy, you guys. It's literally that easy. Inviting is simply sharing what you're excited about and getting other people excited about it too. And you can like write that down as a new definition of inviting, is sharing what you're excited about and getting other people excited about it too, literally. So there's basically, I want to say 3 fundamentals to inviting. I'm just trying to, I just thought of this. And now I can only remember 2 of them. Oh, okay. I got it. Sorry. Okay. So there's 3 fundamentals to inviting. Number 1 is expand it into the full vital behavior, right? So the vital behavior is actually attract, connect, invite. And so what this means is that we, first of all, attract people. It's like dating, right? You're probably not going to sleep with someone on the first date unless you're like an instant chemistry match. Same thing with coaching. You're not going to invite someone to join your team the first day you meet them. You're going to like scare them off unless it's like an instant chemistry match. So we start by attracting. And attracting means sharing your journey, sharing your personality, sharing your life, sharing what you're excited about, and just like showing up mainly on social media, but also showing up in your own life too. And so by sharing you and being really clear on what makes you unique, you are going to start to attract other people that are just like you. And so if you ever feel stuck in terms of what's posted on social media, just ask yourself, okay, like what are 5 things that I'm really passionate about right now? For me, that is going to be headbands, American Idol, talking about the whole freaking trying to conceive crazy adventure, to be mindset, make sure one of these things is Beachbody related, and our awesome team, because we're going to be going to Florida this weekend. So those are 5 things that I'm excited about right now that I can talk about this week. So meet yourself where you're at and attract like-minded people. And then once you're posting and attracting people and getting them to engage on your posts or in real life, that's when you connect with them. And connect essentially just means be a nice person, just be a real person. And don't be a crazy psycho Beachbody coach, but just be friendly and be normal and be excited to get to know them. And then finally, once you feel like you have a good idea about who this person is, that's when you invite them to join you in whatever you think is going to be a good fit for them. So make sure this is customized to each person you're talking to. So that is the number 1 fundamental of inviting is attract, connect, invite, follow the process. The number 2 fundamental is make sure that you always have at least 3 opportunities that you can invite people to. So, and these are the 3 opportunities. Is number 1 is going to be in level of like easiest to most like strong connection. The easiest thing is something free. Always have something free. Because here's the thing, if you don't have anything to invite to, then it's going to be really hard. But if you're excited about what you're inviting about, then it's going to be really easy. So the 3 things you should be inviting to at all times are number 1, a free opportunity, whether that is your free group or your Facebook community, or just like click here to download my ebook off your blog post, just free opportunity just to get someone who you might not know very well yet, just get them one step closer to you, one step deeper. And then the next level, if you feel like they're really into what you're doing, then invite them to a challenge group. And you should always have a challenge group planned every single month. So invite them to your challenge once they've done your free opportunity or once you've been chatting with them for a while. And then the innermost layer of opportunities is the coaching opportunity. So if you have had someone who is a rock star challenger, or if you know someone in your real life that you're friends with, that if you've already established a really strong level of trust and friendship with, and you know that they would love being part of our team, just invite them to learn more about coaching, and this is the thing, you guys, you don't have to invite them directly to be a coach or directly to join your challenge group. You can take it a step backwards and make it even easier by just simply inviting them to learn more. So if inviting to a challenge group or inviting to coaching freaks you out, don't do it. Just ask them, hey, would you be interested in learning more? Because I think you would love this. Here's why. And then if they say yes, make sure you have something to give them, whether that's a video or a coach preview webinar or, a little PDF or like a YouTube video about the Beachbody on Demand Challenge Pack or whatever. But it just makes the whole process a lot smoother. All right. And then finally, the third fundamental to inviting is just be a normal person. Just be a normal person, okay? Don't be crazy. Don't get in your head. Don't be salesy. And the key to keeping it casual is making sure that you have detached yourself from the outcome of any conversation. This is how you can overcome fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of failure, is just detach yourself from the outcome and just know you don't need this person to be successful. You don't need them. You don't need their Success Club points. At the end of the day, your life is going to move on. Your business is going to move on with or without them. You don't need them. And if you can have this energy of, I don't need you, but I want you, and here's why, it's going to put the agency and the ball in their court, because it'll empower them to make the decision instead of feeling like you're trying to force them because you're desperate. Then it'll give them the decision-making power, and that will empower them to tap into their higher self, and it'll allow them to really feel that you're not in it just for the sale. You're in it to help them. And whether or not they say yes or no, it doesn't even matter. And so just take the pressure off yourself, take the pressure off them, and just offer them an opportunity. And I want you to think right now about when your coach gave you the opportunity to either join your first challenge group or become a coach. How did that feel for you? What was that like? Were you skeptical? Like, were you a little turned off at first, or did it feel natural and did it feel good? But just think about that and use that as an example of how to invite other people or how not to invite other people. And then also think about, where would you be right now if you had never been invited to Beachbody? Like, I don't even know, you guys. Like, I don't even want to think about it. I literally have no idea. But I know that this opportunity has changed my life. And so I know it is my responsibility and my privilege to pay it forward and invite other people to change their own lives through these programs, through the coaching opportunity. So just some perspective. All right. And so those are the fundamentals of inviting. And I am going to share my screen, and I'm going to share with you a really awesome resource that's inside of our Inspire Joy Google Drive that I have been editing and updating, which is our invitation script vault with everything, examples of what to say to people in all situations and also objections, and also some conversation hacks. Because here's the thing, in order to be a successful coach, you don't have to be a good salesperson. Like, you don't have to be a good coach. You have to be two things. Number one, a good listener. And number two, good at asking questions. Because if you are really good at asking deep questions to really figure out what people want and what they're looking for, and then you just listen to them, that's all that people want. Like, we just want someone to see us for who we are and witness what we need and just be there for us. And if you can be that person for someone else, they're going to trust you and they're going to do whatever you say because you obviously care about them. So I am going to log into our Google Drive. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to navigate to this file, but it's also linked, I think, in our Facebook page. Wait for it. Okay, so here's our Inspire Joy Google Drive. And so this is going to be under the scripts and communications folder. And it's going to be under invite scripts. This folder in general is everything you need to know. And there's a ton of stuff in here. But what we're going to be looking at is this Challenger Invitation Guide, or the Inspire Joy Script Vault. This is like our master document. And so read through this and make it your own. And I have a table of contents. But basically, here's what is included in this document: resources. So if you want to enroll more challengers and coaches and boost your inviting and your conversation skills, then then do the work, like teach yourself, become your own, student and learn these, because these are skills. So here I've linked some of the Beachbody PDFs for how to build relationships, the 5-step invite process, overcoming objections, how to interview a challenger. And then I've also linked some of my favorite videos that I share with prospects. So the one that I've been using the most is this BOD All Access Challenge Pack video. And so this is when, if you're chatting with someone about your challenge group, and they're like, okay, cool, I'm in, send me the details. then instead of just word vomiting, you can just say, okay, cool. Do you have 3 minutes to watch a quick video that explains everything you get? And then they say yes. And say, great, here's the link. I'll follow up with you like in a couple hours to see what you thought. And then you follow up with them. Hey, what do you think? Does that look like fun? And they're like, oh yeah, that's so cool. Okay, great. And then you just send the share cart, and you don't even have to have the conversation about price and how much this costs, because it's all included in this video. And this video will also do a really good job of building up the value around the challenge pack so that you don't have to convince them of the value. They're going to see that this is a great value. So use these third-party tools because it's more, use the professional stuff. And then all you have to do is ask the questions and get to know the person. So inside this script vault is the whole 5-step invitation process of building relationships in an authentic way. So here's some examples of people, direct message. And so when you're using these scripts, just for some context, these scripts are to be used with people who you've already developed a relationship with, okay? So people who know you, who've been chatting with you, you've already connected with them, or they're already your friends. And so that way you can just reach out and be like, hey girl, I hope or use their name. Hope you've been having a great week so far. I wanted to reach out because I'm planning on hosting a private health and fitness accountability group, or insert whatever challenge you're doing. And you were on my mind because I know you've been, insert their goals. So, it's like always get their goals first. Would you be open to learning more? Boom. Like, how does this feel? Does this feel like you can send this invitation? Does this feel scary? Like, this is not scary. It's literally like sending an invitation for your birthday party. It's just like, hey, I've been thinking about you. I want you to be here. Can you come? And then you go on from there. Another great thing is using a Google form application, using a Google form and just like posting the link to that on all your call to action posts. And so here's an example of what I send people who fill out my Google form to connect with them. Here's a script for someone who already who's already a Beachbody On Demand member, already has the program. And here's the script of what to do if they already have a coach, but they want to do your group, what to do. And then here is a script for if they've responded to a post. If you have a post where it's like, hey, comment below if you're interested in learning more. Okay, cool. Here's what to say to them. And then here's another example of responding to an inquiry if someone is like, hey, I'm interested in what you're doing. That's from Chelsea. And more. All right, cool. So you've established the initial connection, and then you interview them. So you go back and forth, especially if you've not really done this before. But ask them about their why and their goals, and don't share any details about the program until you feel like you're both on the same page. So ask a couple of questions at a time. Here's some examples. Why do you want to work with me? Tell me about your specific goals. What have you already tried? What's working? What's not working? Do you struggle with emotional eating? Hello, 2B mindset. Do you have any injuries? How do you want to feel? Why is your health a financial priority right now? This is really key because it's digging into, hey, it's good to invest in yourself. If you were in your ideal body today, how would you be living your life differently? And always ask them, once they've given you their goal, always ask, how will achieving this goal make you feel? What will that mean for your life? And are you ready to do what it takes to make that happen? These are very important questions because they're going to tap into the emotional side of things. Because when you can connect someone emotionally to their desires, to their goals, to this like higher vision of what they know is possible or potentially possible for their lives, they're not going to give you any objections because they're not going to object to this. Like, they're not going to object to losing 20 pounds so they can finally feel confident and at home in their own body. Then you can be like, is this worth $160 to you? Like, duh. All right, so you've figured out their goals and what they want. Yeah, and then you just fill in the recommendation of what you have. So say like, I think you'd love this accountability group, and this is where you can say, Do the whole like, hey, do you have 3 minutes to watch a quick video that explains exactly what you get with this? Sure. Okay, here you go. What do you think? And then you give them the details. And there's a lot of different options of stuff you can say. Also say like, I need your 100% commitment. Are you ready to commit? And then they say, yes, I'm ready. You say, yay, I'm so excited. I need to update this, but that's when you use the share a cart and ask them what their Shakeology preference is. And then you can also ask them, do you have 1 or 2 friends you'd like to invite to participate with you that you think could benefit from an accountability group like this? And start leveraging your referral network, because you never know. So if they say no thanks, then the objective is to don't just say like, okay, cool, bye. That's not what to do. So if they say no, you don't ditch them. You get curious, you dig deeper. You keep the relationship going, you provide them value, and you show that you care and that you're not just there for a sale. And you get them started with something for free. And then get them connected to you on social media. And here's another thing is like, you can say, okay, like, so $160 is out of your budget. Could you afford $30 right now? And get them started with the portion fix. You know, it's like, you don't always have to sell a challenge pack. If they're saying no to a challenge pack, offer something smaller and get to know like what their budget is, because it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Because chances are, if they do the portion fix or something smaller, they're going to fall in love with it and they're going to want to upgrade later on down the line. So feel free, like we have a huge product library of so many things that can help people. So figure out, always give them something, and here's some examples of free tips that you can share based on what they need, like budgeting tips, motivation, self-confidence tips. And then once they order, welcome them to your challenge group. And here's an example of the welcome email that I send them, what to expect, next steps for them. All right, so that's the challenger onboarding process. And then next is an overcoming objections examples. So Shakeology, here's some examples of what to say. Here are some basically we're talking about money objections here because that's the main objection. If they give you an objection like, I don't have time for this, then you ask them, do you have 25 minutes a day to put yourself first? Because that's T25, or 22-minute hardcore. It's like not convince them, but just like help them figure out like they can do 20 minutes for themselves every day. And so money objections. When you say it's too expensive, what are you comparing the price to? I'd love to understand better. Because here's the key with all objections is we're not just trying to convince them or override their objections, right? Because they're objecting for a reason. And so it's your job to get curious and figure out what's going on and why they're objecting. So you can ask, what is it about the price that freaks you out the most? I bet I haven't done a good enough job explaining what you really get in that price. Or I totally hear you. The best products are often more expensive and worth it. I felt the same way about Lululemon, or insert your favorite premium product, until I took the leap. Is there something in your life that you love and you saw the value in it once you tried it? You can say, I know how you feel. I felt the same way until I asked myself, how much will it cost me to do nothing? Or I hope you hear my heart because I truly want to help you reach your goals. Do you feel like this is a price issue or a budget issue? Because I had to budget differently with my lifestyle change, and I'd love to share what I cut out in order to budget for my health, for my goals. Or you can say, let's say for a moment that money was no object. Would this community and membership be the answer to your problems and help you reach your goals? Is price the only thing that's stopping you? It might seem expensive for one day. Would you like me to break it down by month, by week, by day? Because if you really look at the challenge pack, you're getting 12 months of BOD and it comes out to like $12 a month, Yeah, and then there's more and more and more. Or you can just say the simple, tell me more. Boom. This is like, if you don't know what to say and someone is telling you things, you're just like, oh my gosh, how do I respond? Just say, I hear you. Tell me more. I hear you. Tell me more. That's magic words. Or you can say, thanks for your honesty. How much were you thinking of spending? And then you can offer them something that matches, their budget that they're comfortable with. Or you can say, have I told you about the money back guarantee? Do you guys know about the money back guarantee? You can return a challenge pack even for 30 days, even if you drank all the Shaco. Obviously, you don't want them to do the money back guarantee because then you lose your commission and all your points and volume. But still, it's a no risk. And then there's more objection examples here. I link to our Inspire Joy Facebook group. If you just search in the group objections, there's like so many examples, you guys. So more customer order follow-up here. Here's some follow-up examples. And then just more check-ins, more reconnects. Okay, so this is your Bible for inviting in conversations, and save a copy of this to your Google Drive and make it your own. Make it fit your voice. Lastly, I want to share one last link under the links and the resources at the very top of the page. There is a link to the Shred Nation Invite Bootcamp. And this resource is invaluable. So you just click it. And this is all about mindset and shifting your mindset around inviting. And so read through this. And this will help you shift your perspective about inviting and just remind you that we're here to help people and you have to invite them. And here's some examples of ways that Beachbody can help people. It's our job to say, hey, this has changed my life. Would you ever consider doing this with me? Boom, simple. Step 1, just connect. We should all be connecting with people every single day. And then here's like a flow chart of how Success Club works. So Success Club happens from your connections from 3 months ago. And then here are some examples about connections, why it's important, connection techniques. So here's what to say. And this is all, when we go back to the vital behavior of attract, connect, invite, this is about that attract and connect. So this is the groundwork that you lay before you invite someone. And so here's some examples of convos straight from Chelsea. Here's some examples of questions you can ask people to get to know them better. You could breadcrumb things. Ask the right questions. Here's more open-ended question examples to ask people. You don't find customers for your products, find products for your customers. It's basically just how to be a nice person and have conversations. So this is like high-end sales techniques, including a video training from Summit. Boom. Fear is just a badass adrenaline rush that you get when you're growing. Don't fear failure. Fear staying exactly where you are. So this is your homework. Go through the Shred Nation Invitation Bootcamp. Go into our Google Drive and find the Challenger Invitation Guide under Scripts and Communications. Save it to your Google Drive. Go through it, make it your own, and create your invitation system that feels good to you. And then figure out what you're inviting people to. And if you have nothing to invite people to, create it. Like, create a Facebook community, create a challenge group. Just do it and get out of your own way. And remember that you're helping people. Yay. Yeah, Betsy says that not being all or nothing has been huge for me, boosted volume a ton. It's okay if they just want the 3-month bod. Yeah, like, don't feel like challenge packs are the only thing you can sell. Like, if they're really giving you Shaco objections and you're asking them all the questions and it turns out like they just literally can't do Shaco, who cares? Like, get them on bod, get them on something. Yay. All right. And that is our inviting boot camp workshop. So do you have any questions or any struggles personally that are blocking you or anything you want to work through when it comes to inviting right now? Yeah, I'm glad it was helpful, Erin. Mary Pat struggles with connecting. Yeah. Mary Pat, have you checked out the Shred Nation invitation boot camp? Do that, because that's like it's not even an invitation boot camp, it's a connection boot camp. Yeah. Yeah, and the link to that is insideshrednation.com/invitation dash bootcamp. So I'll throw it. I just threw it in the chat. So copy that and save it somewhere where you can get it later. But it's a really great training. And yeah, if you know where your weak link is, whether that's inviting or connecting or following up or overcoming objections, like figure out where your weak link is right now and search on YouTube for trainings, because there's so many amazing trainings, and educate yourself. Jane just needs to actually invite. Yeah, it's okay. And remember, like, you don't have to invite every day. This is like, you have to figure out the ratio that fits your goals and your expectations for your business. But if you feel like you are stuck and blocked in your business and you're feeling sorry for yourself because you're watching everyone else advance and you're like, oh, woe is me, I suck at coaching. Like, snap out of the pity party and get objective and ask yourself, am I actually doing the work? Because if you're not doing the work, you're not going to get the results, which is fine. Like, it's totally fine to go, especially to go through seasons of life where you're crazy busy, like Betsy at work for the last few months with her audit, or when life happens, like with me this last month. Like, that's okay, right? Don't beat yourself up, but just know and be real with yourself and be realistic and understand, like, in order to get the results, you have to do the work. And it's not going to happen overnight. You have to trust the process. It's exactly like eating healthy and working out. You're not going to feel results overnight, but you might feel some results in a week. And you're definitely going to feel results in a couple months if you keep showing up. So get out of your own way. Again, I love Amanda shared her power hour strategy. It's super simple, but this is my goal for this summer, is to just like block out an hour a day, and don't worry about like accomplishing a bunch of stuff, but just go by time and just put in the time and put in the work. For, like I said before, detach from the outcome and the results, but just put in the work and spend 15 minutes posting, writing a authentic social media post and sharing it. Spend 15 minutes connecting with people on your social media platform of choice. So like engaging with the people who are liking and commenting on your stuff. Spend 15 minutes following up with people that you've been chatting with, and spend 15 minutes inviting new people. And so if you do this over time, you're going to find your groove, but you have to just put in the work or else it's not going to happen. But that's it. It's just putting in the work. It's nothing to do about you personally or like, your own insecurities. It's just literally showing up and talking to people and remembering that it's not about you. It's about them. Yay. Any other questions or comments? All right, guys, have an amazing night. And I will see some of you on Friday in Florida for a retreat. And I will see more of you next month at Summit. Spirit fingers. It's going to be amazing. You're all amazing. I believe in you. I believe in you so hard. Inviting is not my strong suit. That's okay. We've got this. Have a great night.